intended for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed are those of the panelists and do not reflect in any way those of the podcast partners, sponsors, or affiliates. Enjoy.
Hi, this is Michael Buffer, and you're listening to the Voice of the People. Let's get ready for Boxing Voice.
BoxingVoice.com.
What broke him down? Was it just the body punches? When I was hitting him with body punches, and I heard him, actually he was crying in there. You're saying that Biggs was crying when you hit him? Yes. When did that happen? And perhaps the fourth round on?
BoxingVoice.com.
So that you knew you had him by that time? Absolutely, but I knew he was tough and taking those punches.
Beyonce Productions.
Making women gestures like,
Let's go, champ.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another spontaneous edition of the Boxing Voice Radio. I'm your host, Nestor Gibbs, joined alongside Michael Gross, the boss in Indiana. And it looks like the boss, the good old Bob father himself, has come out and said that he's looking to sit down with Dana White and make a fight or arrangements for a 2-fight deal with Terence Crawford and Conor McGregor. How realistic is this? Terence Crawford
actually he was crying there.
Terence Crawford fans, excuse me, guys. Terence Crawford fans, do you want this? Do you see it the way that I do, as a means to maybe build Crawford's popularity? I could see this happening in New York City with McGregor's big Irish background and Crawford fighting in Madison Square a bunch of times. Now, Bob Arum seems to think that this is a possible thing, especially for a 2-fight deal, because Terence Crawford has a boxing and, he's wrestled. So he's got that wrestling background, is what Bob is saying. Or is he just clout chasing, getting good old Terence some media publicity? But nonetheless, I do want to ask you, would you take it if he could make it? So this is what we're talking about. 1-425-569-5241. Press 1 time. Voice your opinion right here on the Voice of the People hotline. Don't forget to add Nestor Gibbs on Skype to be part of the conversation. Let's go out to Indiana.
I speak it, believe it, receive it. Speak it, believe it, receive it. Speak it, believe it, receive it. I can't say it enough. I speak it, believe it.
With the stamp, 2 attempts, handed bands over. Sicko hit, shot and miss, 2 to stand over.
Turn up.
Breadwinner, huh? Look who in the building. Let me check my Instagram. I might be at 1 million.
And I'm in. BoxingVoice.com.
Yo, what up, and shout out to everybody out there in the TBV universe. Back with another one. Oh, man, Bob Arum, stay making news, man. Stay making news. Terence Crawford versus McGregor. Who would have thought? I never would have thought, you know what I'm saying? Do I like it? I mean, I think it's a event that could build Bud's popularity for sure. For sure. And if he's able to go over to the MMA cage and do the unthinkable and possibly be Conor McGregor in the cage, like, hey, that builds your stardom even more. And we'll see. We'll see how it plays out. But I'm definitely intrigued by it. I'm definitely interested in just to see what Dana White's rebuttal would be. What's going on, this?
Yeah, well, hopefully he says something to us, because I reposted it on Instagram, tagged all the appropriate people. Hopefully Dana White says, bullshit, they'll never put Crawford in there, or bullshit, Crawford's not popular enough. Those are my 2 first thoughts. Do you think that McGregor knows who Crawford is, or not knows, because he probably does, but do you think he acts like he doesn't? Like if someone, in the boxing world interviews, hey, Bob said, would he be like, who the fuck is Bob and who is Terence Crawford? Or do you think, he'll willingly accept talks in the media of this fight because Crawford is considered what he's considered in the boxing world as a pound for pound?
I think honestly, if you're asking McGregor, like I mean, I'm pretty sure he knows who Crawford is, but I think he will be of the mindset that Crawford probably won't be a big enough fight because he probably look at the Manny Pacquiao, which is probably a bigger name and maybe a less dangerous fight than Terence Crawford in the boxing ring. But if he's trying to do a two off, I'm not sure how many boxers outside. I mean, if we're going to take Bob word for it, outside of Crawford, who's willing to get in the octagon with McGregor. So if that's a main sticking point, then I definitely think McGregor will be open arms because I haven't heard many boxers who's willing to get in the ring or who's been talked on behalf of their promoter who's willing to get in the cage with McGregor. So this could be something that could interest McGregor. And he said that he wants to be a world champion in boxing. So there you go.
Now, I didn't know Crawford had a background in wrestling. I mean, obviously, I see that his sons wrestle, so he must know a thing or two. But I mean, is it more about like him just being a natural? Like, yo, I wouldn't recommend anybody get in the cage. You know what I mean? Like, not my worst enemy. Like, stick to what you know, and that is the boxing ring. That one fight in the ring, one fight in the cage. I don't, you know what I mean? They open up too much. It's just like anything is fair game. Knees, elbows, chokes, all that crazy stuff. I mean, he could, you could win that fight and still be damaged. Maybe they break an arm or something like that. I don't know, man. I guess it would be big money though.
Yeah, to have a pound for pound WBO welterweight champion come in the cage, a lot of people going to have eyes on that. If that were the case, but in my opinion, like the wrestling thing is a minute part of it. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm worried about the kicks. I'm worried about the elbows. I'm worried about when you get taken down to the ground, the submission holds, the chokes, the whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'm worried about that. Like I'm not sure that. Because I don't want to say he's just was like started training because I know he's like one of his good friends is like an MMA guy. And we see those guys wrestling on the little behind the scenes videos all the time. But I'm not sure how. Go ahead.
That's man. Right, bro. He had that interview. I mean, I guess his friend and the guy that he spoke of that he's like, yo, UFC fighters don't get paid much. I know UFC fight. I guess that won't be his deal. Bob will make sure he's getting paid for this. But do you think he was he felt sold on MMA being the more dangerous sport? Do you think that he'll get into it regardless of the money? He is a family guy.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, the challenge is unique, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know how interested he will be in getting in the cage, you know what I'm saying? But I think Bob is just seeing or hearing what the numbers were from ESPN. According to McGregor this past weekend, he could be trying to latch on. Could be trying to use McGregor's name as a ploy to try to get Dana White in a room. And if they're able to come to terms on this agreement, man, it's very interesting to see how this plays out. Like, is this going to be
I can't even like
a superstar?
I can't even come at you because I seen how much you was talking about McGregor yesterday. So like you're a genuine MMA fan. So I mean to have an MMA, to like MMA and then like Crawford and hear this, I mean you got to be in bliss. Pay-per-view. What should the boxing fans expect to pay? Is this a normal pay-per-view price? Is this something new? Does Crawford somehow, because he's in there with McGregor, is this $100 like Floyd?
I don't think it gets to the point of being $100 just yet. I think it's like 69, maybe 79 on the high end, or 75 like they did for Amir Khan. But yeah, I don't think they're gonna gouge your eyes out making you pay like $100. You know what I'm saying? If they're gonna do like a 2-fight deal, because if you're interested in the first fight, then you're gonna be interested in the boxing fight too. You know what I'm saying? So I know in the boxing match it's kind of lopsided towards Crawford, because you're talking about a guy in his prime who trains, who's a champion. McGregor's just not ready for that. So I think you probably would have to do or you could possibly do the boxing match first and make it like the build up for the MMA be McGregor getting his revenge on the boxer. You know what I'm saying? Somebody finally coming to the cage. So I mean, who knows?
Does Crawford knock him out faster than Floyd?
Absolutely, maybe 1 or 2 rounds.
Wow, 1 or 2.
Yeah, he gonna pick him off. He gonna pick him off.
I mean, I guess that's pretty much it because, I mean, I guess we could throw in the hate it or love it. Do you hate it? Do you love it?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, maybe 1 or 2 rounds is me just being overzealous, but I can't, in my humble opinion, if we go more than 6, then Crawford, you know what I'm saying? I can't see it going more than 6, man. This guy's a technician. McGregor's not a boxer, even though he said he went back to Dublin Dublin and reconnected with his boxing coaches, you know what I'm saying, and did a lot of those things. And he really made it seem like he really was back in love with like the sport of boxing. Like he was looking at the reporters with like a little smirk and a little gleam in his eye when we was talking about boxing. Is it boxing or is it the paycheck that comes along with boxing that, you know what I'm saying, you get happy about or thinking about? So that's another thing that we can take into consideration. This should be a big fight. He just did almost 1 point something million buys with Donald Cerrone. I gotta think that Crawford's probably a bigger name than Donald Cerrone, and if you put him in there with McGregor, a lot of people are going to be intrigued to see how that plays out, including me.
Now, if Bob can get Crawford this fight, all the failures of the past are erased. Because we all know that Sean Gibbons, the manager of Pacquiao, is out there actively tweeting out posters of Pacquiao and McGregor. So for McGregor, he would have to assume, or one would have to assume, that Pacquiao versus McGregor is the bigger fight, the fight that McGregor thinks has more international and global appeal. So if Bob could somehow say, here's the bag, come fight my guy, so that Crawford could get that cachet, that would be amazing. But, Mike, I think we have to be consistent. If this was AJ, we would be saying this is clout chasing. I'm just saying.
Depend. Like if Francis Ngannou was coming out for big ass knockout or something like that, like somebody who's like has, I don't even know, like, cause there's no equivalent star to a McGregor in the heavyweight division of the UFC. You think about Daniel Cormier, but I mean, it's not really gonna sell like McGregor. Like they're on 2 different playing fields. So I don't know, man. I just think that it's not AJ doing it. You know what I'm saying? It's not Crawford doing it. It's Bob Arum. Bob Arum saying he would go to.
We say Eddie clout chasers. We say, promoters, they do this. They have to promote. This is him promoting. This gets the media to talk about Terence.
Absolutely. Maybe he is doing that. Maybe he is just clout chasing. But I tell you one thing: if Bob Arum is able to deliver this to Terence Crawford, and they do 6-7 million buys in between the both pay-per-views, man, you that 50-50 talk might not even work for Crawford no more. I mean, for Crawford Earl no more.
I hear you.
Just being real with you, like y'all can say what you want to, Mike. If they deliver this fight for Crawford and McGregor, and say Crawford win both of them, and they do 6 to 7 million buys between both pay-per-views. Come on, man. Come on, y'all. We gotta recognize.
I hear you. So I guess any final thoughts?
See how it plays out.
All right. Let's see how it plays out. Then we're gonna go out to the sponsors, and don't forget we have a 7:45 show where we'll have Robert Garcia live at 8 p.m. That is 5 p.m. West Coast. And if you want to ask him a question, you can do that by heading over to our Patreon page For as little as $3, you can ask the world-renowned trainer, Robert Garcia, who has multiple champions, multiple upcoming contenders and prospects, your personalized question. I'm going to go out to the sponsors, and then we'll get to the callers. You know, the number 2 call in and give us your opinion is 142-5569-5241. Press 1 time. Voice your opinion right here on the Voice of the People hotline. Don't forget, you can also add Nestor Gibbs on Skype to be part of the conversation from anywhere in the world. We got a super chat from Big Super Max who says, Mike, you know, in MMA, Bud gets ice less than a minute.
I'm going to go Fruities, man.
All right. Let's go out to the sponsors.
Remember to rate us 5 stars on iTunes.
These calls are brought to you by El Camino Electrical Services, experts in electric vehicle charging stations. For consultations and turnkey installation, visit us at elcaminoelectricalservices.com.
All right, before we get to those callers, really quick, the facts are that Bob Arum, the promoter of Top Rank Boxing, the promoter of Terence Bud Crawford, has declared that he wants to make Conor McGregor versus Terence Crawford next. Not down the line, nothing like that. Next. The promoter said that he will be pursuing this fight with Dana White and are open to doing a 2-fight deal, boxing and MMA, since Crawford has a wrestling wrestling background. Now, this was said to Talk Box, which is Michael Woods out of New York, and Ring TV, and that. If you're watching this on YouTube, hit that thumbs up button. Helps with the visibility of the show. Plus, we'll be back with another one. We'll make it the 4th show today because we did an episode of Unguarded with our newest heavyweight, Hell Rail from New Mexico, Fire Flame. Check him out. We're going out to Mastermind in New Orleans, NL.
Ooh. Say that, bro. Like this real like news we coming with, bro.
Yeah, man.
It's
Hot
real.
news, baby. Off the press.
This is real.
I mean, I can't not buy for doing this, bro, because we gotta find some type of way to get Crawford to the masses. You know what I'm saying? So I can't even knock him. I think it's a good chess move. I don't know. I know they got some people disagree with me, but it's a good chess move, bro. Like, you. All right, tell me this: how many fans after the fight over with? How many fans you think he gained? You think he gonna gain some fans? Bring him back over to boxing?
Man, that nigga might come out with his own proper 12. You know what I'm saying?
I'm saying after the fight, no more Conor McGregor. Boy, next pay-per-view against anybody close to $1 million buys. You think that can happen?
I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say close to $1 million, but I do think his next pay-per-view will be dramatically better than his last.
NO, thank you for calling in. We're going out to Detroit's own Boomerang.
Motherfuck murder, mayhem, last words of the stainless. Told you I would kill you, squeeze after I aim it. If you're talking money, then you're speaking my language. Or shut the fuck up in grown folks' conversation.
Yo, TBV back with another one. What's good, though?
What up?
You already know. Thank you for another podcast, fresh off work. I mean, I ain't really looking to see this fight, if I'm being honest, man. I'm gonna watch. I'm a boxing fan, so if it come, I'm gonna watch it. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna pay for the pay-per-view, so I can support the black man. But is it the fight I want to see? Nah, I can be honest with that. I'd rather see McGregor fight Pacquiao than McGregor fight Bud. That's just me, though. As I always say, though, please make sure you push that thumbs up. Share this in every episode of the Boxing Voice podcast. It's TBV for life. If you ain't on Patreon, it's because you stupid. Also, shout out to Bomb Boxing. I see you on this line, man. I know you had surgery like a week or so ago, so You know what I'm saying? Good health to you, man. Good to see you back. Peace.
BoxingWiz.com.
Oloki, you are next, my friend. Por eso lo vuelvo a repetir. La era del Canelo es la mejor porque peleó con los mejores. La suerte es para los mediocres, my friend.
BoxingWiz.com.
Mastermind Joseph, Big Supermax in Texas. What it do?
Fellas, I gotta admit, man, I think it's more clout chasing by Bob than anything, but I mean, why not go for it? I can't really see this fight happening because Dana and Floyd been talking like they've got something planned all this year, so I think,
Khabib versus
Dana...
Floyd. Yeah, man, Khabib versus Floyd.
Yeah, man, but I don't know, man. You never know. I really think they got their eye on that Pacquiao fight because Al Heyman has also been in the mix, so I think they'll go that route. Although I think it would be something smart to do, especially for ESPN. That's what I'm saying. It'd be a smart thing to do that, but I mean, hey, I just don't see it happening. But it'd be good for Crawford. But Mike, let's be real, man. You talking about if Bud wins both fights. Bud's gonna go to MMA, bro. He's gonna get choked out, thrown around, slanging around, catch 3 knees to the face. You don't even want to see that, dog.
That's what you think.
Cut it.
Boomerang Bomb Boxing, Arizona.
Yo, you guys hear me all right?
All good.
Good. I'm using these new Samsung Gear pods. Just trying to see how they look. I'm back. It's official. Getting better, back on my feet. Shout out to Stainless. Much love. Appreciate it, brother. Let's be real here, guys. This is clout chasing. Now, if there is going to be a fight made, it would be in the ring, not in the octagon. He could wrestle for 25 years, but he's not going to see a head kick coming. He's not going to see a knee coming. It's a different trajectory. It's a whole different game. He'll never get in that octagon. If he does, I'll be the first to say I'm stupid. But I've been watching UFC since it came out. I know a little bit of thing or two. I've trained with some guys that are pro fighters back in Virginia, and it's a whole different thing. Now, Conor is one of the best boxers in MMA. Obviously, you see Floyd carried him for 9 rounds, but he was serviceable.
Cut it.
Bond, we'll go back to you.
Who is this dude at the end of this Conor video?
Oh, some old dude Conor training with.
Oh, okay. I was like, is this a real fighter? This nigga throwing that left hook so damn slow, boy.
He got them counterfeit sabers. That might be his grandfather or father, because look, that's his son right there, and that might be his pops, like pops and them training together. Look.
It might be the old man that he punched at the
bar. You wish. We going out to Ringer in Chicago. Steve, what it do?
Yeah, man, when I saw this, I'll be honest, I had to check what day it was. I thought it was April Fool's or some shit, but yeah. Hey, man, the only thing I could say is I think Bob would have the upper hand here, being that, UFC is with ESPN. But if this does actually happen, Floyd and all them guys at PBC, man, they're going to be mad as hell at Bob. But, yeah, that's all I got to say. They're going to be mad as hell.
All right, Steve. And that's what I'm saying. If he can pull this off, this erases the sins of the past. All the failures, all the 50,000 and 100,000 pay-per-views, all the wrong fights that he got for Bud, this will, like Mike said, if it can do 5, 6, even 3, bro, between the two. I mean, keep it, man. You crazy, Mike? 1.5 a piece?
He just did that with a cowboy.
And I get it. That's an MMA pay-per-view. It's a different price, different platform, everything, different infrastructure. But what I'm saying is, who out here is doing 1.5 on pay-per-view right now?
Conor McGregor.
No, boxing.
Conor McGregor.
Nah.
Period.
He ain't done it. He ain't done it in boxing.
I'm saying he did.
That's one fight with Floyd, and that was 5 for $4 million. I'm talking about who is active out here. No one. So like that's what I'm saying. Even if they did 1.5 per fight, I think that's still butter for Crawford. Like that still gives him cachet, and that's two big events. You got to imagine they're gonna be as big as Mayweather McGregor was.
I think on the low end, man, you probably see like 3 million each fight, maybe even a spike in the UFC fight if they go to the octagon. I'm like, what? He going to the octagon? 5 million, man. Come on, man.
Yo, that's what everybody's saying. But I like what who was the last one? Bob, who was just talking right now? Steve. It could be that ESPN connection make this happen because everybody's like, yo, why would Conor fight Bud instead of Pacquiao, who's 40? Shorter, smaller, all that, you know what I mean? So, you know, yeah, man. Let's get to what do we got here? Looking like Trey, you available? Going once, going.
Yeah. Hold on, let me get off this Bluetooth. Yeah, I think Bud got the best chance out of any boxer to step in the octagon. Wrestlers can do all right, especially if they're really good at wrestling. He could defend on a takedown. He do got to watch out for them kicks, though. But I think he'll do all right. He'll do better than anybody else. So, yeah, take the fight, Bud. And Conor don't have the best ground game. So if he can stay away from a kick, he could definitely outbox him. So, yeah, good fight, actually.
All right. Well, thank you, Trey.
El gran campeón puertorriqueño, this is Davis, Chico Trinidad.
You got any excuses tonight, Roy? Let's not ask questions like that. Let's touch gloves and go to work. Tonight, Roy. Let's go to work.
Yo, what up? Can y'all hear me?
Yes, sir.
What up, King?
Appreciate it. Yeah, I just want to say I got the hardest intro on TVV. But hey, man, I think this is all clout chasing for the simple fact
J-Mac might have something to say about that,
I
man.
made J-Max, so it's all good. If it's better than mine, I'm cool with that.
You might did a better job with J-Mac, goddammit.
But listen, man, I think this is all clout chasing, dog, because, I like UFC. I've been following them for a very long time, and I've heard Dana White call Bob Arum Bob the Idiot on multiple occasions on the national media. He has said he would never, ever do a deal with Bob Arum. He hates Bob Arum, similar to the way he hates Oscar De La Hoya. So I highly doubt this would ever get done. If Bob can do it, then I'm with Ness. This is incredible because Dana White really does not like Bob Arum at all. He hates that man. So I don't think this would be able to happen. Again, he's called him Bob the Idiot on multiple occasions, on multiple media outlets. He don't like Bob Arum at all. But if the fight did happen, it'd be a good fight because Bud does have a wrestling background, and we all know that the best MMA fighters have a wrestling base. So, Bud could probably make it shake in the octagon and make a ton of money, and it'd be a big fight and it'd be a good fight. But I just honestly don't think it'll ever happen because Dana White hates Bob Arum, and he don't need Bob Arum. He doesn't need Bob Arum.
Cut it. That's a good point. They do not. Well, I know Dana has been speaking bad about Bob, because I know he said Al Heyman's one of the easiest guys to work with. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what the fuck Bob Arum be talking about, but ESPN could be the whatever that fixes that bridge. You know what I'm saying, between Arum and White. So we'll see. We'll see. I'm gonna stay optimistic about it though. You know what I'm saying? Because it'll be good for Crawford. It'll be good for McGregor. Give him that title shot. You know what I'm saying? That he always wanted. And yeah, man, make it happen.
Yo, and remember, Conor said he would get a title shot. He don't need no tune-ups and none of that. So, Bud has a belt, but can Conor make 147? What was the Mayweather fight? Wait.
154, 155, something like that. McGregor just came. Floyd just came in at what he walk around at.
Well, all right.
Riding in the form with a form, 4 Gianos on my feet, and the paint look wet. Every corner that we been, there's another broke neck. Rolling through the city, swag game on full flex. I know you see me.
Intrigue the Incredible. What it do?
Man, what's up, man?
Y'all got me feeling like I'm in the twilight zone, man. Ain't nobody want to see Crawford versus McGregor, man. That McGregor is a fighter you fight when you at the end of your career. You're a legend already, and you just want a little money fight. You don't fight McGregor in your prime. Like we want to see Bud in a competitive fight versus a real welterweight, which we haven't seen yet, a credible welterweight. And that's what I'm waiting to see. I don't want to see him fight. I don't want to see none of these boxers fight no MMA fighters. I know it's a cash grab, but come on, man, he can do way better than that. That's just my call, man.
All right, brother. Well, thank you for calling in. Intrigue the Incredible. We going out to California Zone.
Mr. Info Joe.
60. This portion of the show we call In the
Mr.
Know,
Info Joe.
presented by my brother.
What up, Ness? What up, Mike?
What it do, champ?
This came from way out of left field, man. Shit. I'm more shocked than excited, man. I have to agree with the last caller. I would rather see him go up and fight the guy. What's his name? Texteria? Some shit like that?
Yep, Patrick
154?
Teixeira.
I would rather have him get that belt than fight Conor McGregor, though. You know, and you gonna have Bob on in a minute, right? Sometime today.
Nah, we're going to have Robert Garcia on today.
10 seconds.
At 8 o'clock.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm gonna put my question in. I'm gonna go back. All right, man. That's all I got, fam.
All right. Well, thank you for calling in, Info Joe. And yes, like Info Joe, you can absolutely put your question in on patreon.com/The Boxing Voice. Look for the post Robert Garcia. And ask him a question. It's called Ask Robert Garcia Question, Patreon only. I will actually do you one better and post the link in the live chat here on youtube.com/The Boxing Voice. We're going to go out to JT in the New Orleans. What it do?
So interesting that you come across like a nice guy, but you're really a piece of shit. Hey, with that comment. Come on. That was a piece of fuck you. That was a piece of shit. You know, Rob, we're doing a lot of TV. Man, I don't care. What you gonna do about it?
I'll kill this mother. Why do you have to talk like that? Well, I'm talking to you the way I want to talk to you. You have a problem? Turn off your station. I'm the best ever.
Hey, bro, man, what beat is that, bro?
Yo, that's that Jay-Z beat. He better not get us flagged. I know that.
I'm like,
that's that Jay-Z and Kanye. You know I got it.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, hey, what's up, y'all? Yeah, Ness. Hey, won't you turn on that little bass, that beat down for me when I call in? But yeah, man. If we talking about the fight, yeah, of course I'd rather see Bud fight, champions in the boxing world. But I mean, don't get me wrong, this fight right here, it can happen, and I wouldn't mind seeing the fight because I think it bring Bud name up there even more. So we won't have to argue about who is Terence Crawford. He ain't nobody. I just think he'll transfer over to the MMA world and get more fans when he beat Conor McGregor in there. So that's all I got on it.
All right, JT, thanks for calling in. Let's see who is up next. Black John, just listening or you ready?
You know I'm always just listening.
All right, champ, no problem. We're going to go Boomerang. Let me see if his NO still here. No, he's not. So, Boomerang, Bomb Box and talk to me. Going once?
Yo, guys. Yeah, no, I'm still here. Yeah. So bottom line, that's a little bit of clout chase. He wants to get his name up there. If they do make a fight, I don't care if, like I said before, if he's got a wrestling background. Anybody that knows anything about mixed martial arts and boxing involved, you can't say one without the other. You can't say Conor McGregor can get in the ring and knows the intricacies of moving a 3/4 of an inch, turning your head a certain way, a certain angle. No, that's stuff that takes muscle memory and repetition. Same thing goes for MMA. So bottom line, if he does get in with Crawford and McGregor fight, it will be in a boxing ring. I can guarantee you that. But it should be interesting. Any news is good news. So we'll see what happens, guys. But like I said, I'm back. You're going to see me back every day. And good looking out. Love you, TBV. Thank you, Stainless. You know, I'll see you guys later, brother.
All right, Bond Boxing. I had no clue about the surgery, so glad to hear that everything has worked out. And the headset, maybe we got to tweak it a bit. Sounds like you're in an empty room for sure. But who do we got next on the boomerangs? Looking like Big Super Mex, the mastermind. What it do?
#1 Bud
Yo, man,
supporter.
I gotta give Bud fans props though. You know what, y'all believe he can do anything. That's what's up, man. I'm sorry, but just like I don't like MMA fighters to come disrespect boxing, I'm gonna give their sport respect, and I won't sit there and say Bud's gonna go over there and do something. That's just wild. But you know what, y'all are some badass fans, man. That's dedicated as hell. But to me, I don't know, man. I just don't see the sense in because look, me in all honesty, the fight would probably have to take place at 154, and in a boxing match, Bud's gonna beat the shit out of McGregor. I think Pacquiao would beat the shit out of McGregor. So I think if you're McGregor, you get more off losing to Pacquiao than you do to Bud, just off the name alone. But I mean, if like I said, if Bob can make it happen, it's a smart move because you got to elevate Bud somehow, and I think that's the best way to do it. But yeah, shout out to all the Bud fans, man. I give y'all major props for that, man. That's my call.
All right, Big Super Max. Thanks for calling in. So, all right, you can head on over to Patreon and ask Robert Garcia a question. We'll be having him on at 8 o'clock. That show starts at 7:45 in about 1 hour from now. We'll also be having Callum Smith sometime this week or next week. Callum Johnson. Callum Johnson this week or next week. Let me see here. Wait, let me check. I think actually maybe tomorrow. I'm all over the place, but I got it in the calendar nowadays, so everything is good. Let's see. All right. So far nothing in the morning for tomorrow, but we got Junior Fa. We have Junior Fa tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. And on Thursday, we got Mike Polite Coffee Thursday night. Timothy Moulton, both heavyweights. Mike Polite Coffee 5-0 or 6-0, 7-0. Timothy Moulton 5-0. And we'll have Richardson Hitchens of TMT Promotions as well. On Friday, we'll have Callum Johnson at 10 a.m. And nothing for the evening as of yet, but we'll keep scheduling. So you can go ahead and go to our Patreon page at patreon.com/The Boxing Voices to ask tonight's guest, Robert Garcia, world-renowned trainer. But you could also go there to ask Richardson Hitchens a question. Like I said, we'll be having him. Robert Hellenius as well. Got to put him on the schedule. Callum Johnson, like I told you. And we still got Julian Rodriguez we need to reschedule, and that post is out there if you want to ask anything. But, yeah, man, my final thoughts once again are very simple. If Bob Arum can pull this off for Bud, it would erase the sins of the Bob father. Everything that he's done wrong for Crawford will be rectified. This would be a huge popularity booster, and no one can deny that. I would advise Crawford to stay out of the ring, regardless of how good of a wrestler. The cage, regardless of how good of a wrestler he is. Simply because I'm a boxing fan. I want to see it in boxing. I don't want to go watch MMA. So yeah, that's pretty much it, man. Shout out to Bob for possibly getting it done.
Yeah, my biggest takeaway is either it's a pump fake or it's a swish. So we'll see how that plays out in the long run. But definitely some entertainment for the day. You know what I'm saying? Something that came out of nowhere. So big ups to Bob Arum, always making headlines. But yeah, man, follow me on IG at Gross1911 or on Twitter at Gross2312, and see you in about 50 minutes for Robert Garcia, trainer, brother of Mikey, Carlos Adames. Who else he got over there in this? He got a lot.
Jose Ramirez, unified champion. Carlos
Virgil
Adames, up-and-coming contender. Virgil Ortiz, WBA gold champion.
Because the smaller guys, too.
I don't know. We'll definitely find out. We got Ringer Killer just jumped on. Killer, talk to us.
Killer in Sweden.
Just listening, or you talking, Killer? Going once, twice. All right, we're out. Catch us on the next one. Peace.
Just say.